moments ago.
Kelsey!
Welcome back!
Yay!
Yes, go Beaver!
Nah, for real, we love you.
Franchise. I love the people. I love the fans.
The game is completely different when Lexi's on the floor.
I mean, she's just hard-nosed, and her toughness is an example for us.
Cambridge is loud and crazy and electric. It's not only us fighting out there. We know we have this huge support system behind us, and we definitely do feed off of their energy.
Look at those faces. Pure excitement, genuine celebration. This is what competent front office work looks like. And if you've been following the Indiana Fever, you know that sentence feels strange to say out loud. Because for months, we've been tearing apart this organization's decision-making. The questionable roster moves, the coaching controversies, the constant drama. But something shifted in the last 72 hours, and the players know it.
She's just a hard player to take off the floor because of how hard she plays. She's not just an energy player, she's a toughness player.
Her energy, her tenacity, the way she affects the game. She's our best defensive player. I think she's one of the best defensive players in the league.
Lexi knows that we believe in her. We won't count on her for what she brings to the table every night.
In the corner, knocks it away. Cole fire.
Kelsey Mitchell just signed the highest contract in Fever history, $1.4 million. She's now the most expensive player on the roster, locked into a Supermax deal that makes her untradeable. And here's what's fascinating. The fan base that spent all season demanding she be shipped out for assets is now celebrating. That's not hypocrisy. That's recognition that the front office finally made a move that signals they understand what they have. But this isn't just about Kelsey. This is about what happens next.
So somebody on X just put this up. Guys, look and see if some news came out about Elena Smith. So I'm guessing this is the 2026 Fever salary cap. Kelsey Mitchell, 1.4. Aaliyah Boston, 1.1. Elena Smith, 800. Billings, Monique Billings, 7. Sophie Cunningham, 6. Caitlin, 5. Lexi, 4. Ari McDonald, 3. Odyssey Sims, 3. Dancers, 3. KK Timpson, 2. Rookie, 280. Total college salary cap. Hey, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. I can't even lie. This is doable.
$206,000. That's the Fever's total salary cap space heading into this free agency period. And somebody on social media just broke down exactly how this roster could come together. Castle at $206,000, Mitchell at $1.4 million, Aaliyah Boston at $1.1 million. And then it gets interesting. Elena Smith projected at $800,000, Monique Billings at $700, Sophie Cunningham at $600. The math works. But here's the question nobody's asking. Will the front office actually execute it?
You got our bag. You cannot trade a core player or Supermax player. We're done. Kelsey Mitchell here. That's why we got to move on to the next phase. And the next phase is building the roster, paying out players. Stuff like this that's here on the screen. Seeing who's finna get what. Seeing who's about to get what. That's why the next 24 to 72 hours is very, very important. Because this is everything that we need to know.
Because that's been the problem all along. It's not that Fever fans don't understand what the team needs. We've been screaming it for months. A defensive anchor, a veteran presence who can handle physical play, someone who can protect Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston when opponents start getting aggressive. Elena Smith checks every single box. She's a proven defender. She's won a championship. She knows how to play winning basketball. The question has never been whether she'd fit. The question is whether Indiana's front office has the courage to pay her what she's worth.
This spreadsheet that they put out, this is awesome. I'm scared to click on her page, man. I ain't lying. Let's go do it. Tap for tap, boy. Just add, because like you click on a page like this, ain't no telling what you gonna see. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see what somebody said in comments. Somebody said, I know y'all probably at the Masters, but like make it happen, please. I don't see why we need Ari and I don't give a them. Hey, this is actually a pretty good spreadsheet. I can't even.
Now look at this roster projection closer. Dana Evans at guard. Can't get her. She's under contract with Chicago. Gabby Williams, listed at forward. Unrealistic. She's got overseas commitments and championship aspirations that Indiana can't match yet. But the core concept is sound. Surround Clark and Boston with experienced players who understand their roles. Add shooting with Sophie Cunningham. Bring toughness with Elena Smith. Keep the defensive intensity with Lexi Hull. This isn't about building a super team. This is about building a complete team.
Guys, it's too late. Mitchell got her money, bro. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is at this point. To the point is we can throw a bag at Elena Smith. Pipe down. So CDS, if you guys haven't subscribed to him, make sure y'all subscribe to CDS Uncensored. Now, this is a roster that he put together, I'm guessing. He stated the roster, Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hall, Michaela Timpson, Sophie Cunningham, Dana Evans, Can't Get Evans, Ariel Powers, Elena Smith, Azura Stevens, Bree Turner.
And that distinction matters because opposing fans are already crying about Indiana stacking the deck, which is absurd. The Fever added exactly one new rotation player so far. Kelsey Mitchell was already on the roster. She just got paid. Aaliyah Boston was the #1 pick. She was always going to be here. Caitlin Clark is Caitlin Clark. The only actual addition is whoever they sign in free agency. That's not stacking a super team. That's called competent roster construction. The Las Vegas Aces have been doing it for years. The New York Liberty just did it last season. Now it's Indiana's turn.
It is like, it's going to be very, very crazy. Very crazy these next 24 to 48 hours, bro. I ain't lying to you. This is going to be a very interesting, I don't know. Shout out to Ben Daniel. Ben Daniel said she can get paid all this money and still come back next year and take less money next year to keep the core, to maximize everyone's flexibility. Hey, that is a good point. Yeah, I'm starting to think Ben Daniel be talking to Kelsey Mitchell. Ben, you be talking to Kelsey, don't you? I know you do. I know you do, Ben. Ben probably got a plug on Kelsey.
Here's what makes the next 48 hours so critical. The Fever have cap space, they have a clear need, and they have leverage. Elena Smith is a free agent who knows what it's like to win. She played with Aja Wilson in Las Vegas. She understands what championship-level defense requires. And Indiana can offer her something Vegas can't: significant minutes, a defined role, and the chance to be the veteran leader on a team that's one piece away from contending. The money's there, the fit is obvious. The only variable is whether the front office pulls the trigger.
See, this is all fun and all, seeing stuff like this, but you want to know what our issue is? Our issue is, will the front office do this? See, we all know what we need, but will they do this? See, that's the only thing. See, that's the question here.
Look at the salary breakdown again. This is actually manageable. Kelsey Mitchell's $1.4 million sounds expensive until you realize that's market rate for a guard who averaged over 17 points per game last season. Aaliyah Boston at $1.1 million is a bargain for a player who made all-rookie first team and showed she can be a franchise cornerstone. Caitlin Clark at $500,000 is the steal of the century, but that's rookie scale. Nothing they can do about that yet. The real question is how they allocate the remaining space. Because here's where it gets interesting. If Elena Smith commands $800,000, that leaves room for role players. Monique Billings at $700,000 brings rebounding and interior defense. Sophie Cunningham at $600,000 adds three-point shooting and playoff experience. Lexi Hull at $400,000 is your defensive specialist who can guard multiple positions. Suddenly, you're looking at a 9-player rotation that makes sense. Depth at every position, shooting, defense, playmaking, rebounding, all the pieces fit. But there's a catch. And it's the same catch that's plagued this organization for years: execution. The Fever have had cap space before, they've had needs before, they've had obvious targets before, and they've whiffed. Remember when they could have pursued veteran help last offseason and instead rolled with an inexperienced roster that got bullied physically for half the season? Remember when they had coaching questions and waited too long to make changes? The plan looks great on a spreadsheet. The question is whether management has learned from past mistakes. Here's what we know for certain. Kelsey Mitchell took less money than she could have gotten elsewhere to stay in Indiana. That's significant. She could have tested free agency, leveraged her scoring ability, and gotten paid somewhere else. Instead, she committed to this core. That tells you she believes in Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. She sees what's building here. But her commitment only matters if the front office surrounds her with the right pieces. And that brings us to Elena Smith. If Indiana lands her, everything changes. She's not just a defender, she's a culture setter. She's played with the best. She knows what championship preparation looks like. She can teach the young players how to handle playoff physicality. She can be the enforcer when opponents start targeting Clark with hard fouls. She's exactly what this team has been missing. And if the Fever let her sign somewhere else because they're worried about luxury tax implications or they're hesitant to commit money to a veteran, then we're right back where we started. Great young talent, questionable front office decision-making. The next 72 hours will define this franchise's direction. Either they go all in on this core and give Clark and Boston the supporting cast they need, or they play it safe and waste another year of development. There's no middle ground here. The Western Conference is loading up. Las Vegas still has Wilson and Plum. Seattle's retooling. Phoenix is always dangerous. If Indiana wants to compete, they need to act now. The window is open, but it won't stay open forever. So here's what I'm watching. Does Elena Smith end up in a Fever uniform? Does Sophie Cunningham bring her championship experience from Phoenix? Do they add another veteran presence who can handle big moments? Or do they roll with essentially the same roster, hope for internal development, and pray that's enough? Because hoping isn't a strategy, and internal development only works if you protect your young stars from getting beaten up physically for 82 games. This is the moment. This is where we find out if the Indiana Fever front office has actually learned anything from last season's struggles. Kelsey Mitchell did her part. She committed, she took the deal, she's all in. Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston are already locked in. The foundation is set. Now it's on management to finish the job. Build the roster, add the veterans, make the moves that turn potential into championships. Because talent without support is just wasted opportunity, and this fan base has watched enough wasted opportunities to last a lifetime. So what do you think? Does Indiana land Elena Smith? Do they build the roster that this core deserves? Or are we about to watch another offseason of missed chances and questionable decisions? Drop your predictions in the comments, and if you want to see how this free agency period plays out, hit subscribe because the next few days are going to be wild. This is the offseason that determines whether the Fever become contenders or stay stuck in mediocrity. Let's see if management is finally ready to win.